Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And someone just left a comment and was like, when are you going to talk about Wendy Williams? I saw your comment. So here I am. I was already going to talk about her anyways. I actually made a video the other day when I was driving to work, and I rewatched it, and I didn't make all of my points. So I was like, I'm just not going to upload it. I'll just make it again. So here we go. So let's go ahead and discuss Wendy Problematic Williams. For those who don't know, I am a big fan of Wendy Williams. She is the person that I look up to when it comes to this whole YouTube and just being a messy heifer. It hasn't been a surprise. Wendy has been problematic probably her entire career. She has said things that a lot of people were afraid to say. She said things that she probably had no business saying. She said some things where, honestly speaking, she probably should have got mollywopped, okay? She should have probably got a little monkey stomp. She probably should have got tapped in the name of the Lord. But nonetheless, we know that Wendy Williams can be tacky at times, but can't we all? A few days ago, I think it was actually Halloween, I think it was Valentine's Day. She was on her show and she was talking about Valentine's, and there was a guy in the audience, and I didn't know the guy was gay. I hate to say it, but look, he didn't look gay. We all know what look gay means, so we're not supposed to start all that. But he didn't look gay. I guess I didn't really pay too much attention to him, because when the camera panned back on Wendy Williams, she was like, I don't care if you're gay. Not like that. I don't care if you're gay, girl. But she was just like, I don't care if you're gay. Like, Valentine's Day is for girls, and I'm paraphrasing. You would never know what it's meant. You would never know what it's like to have a menstrual cycle, and you would never know what it's like to be a woman. And by the way, stop wearing our dresses and heels. Oh, girl. Somebody said last week, Rodney, are you going to talk about Wendy Williams? I hope you're not offended. Why would I not be offended? Why would I not be offended about a community that I belong to? And you just said something that was actually a problem. And the reason why I say that it's a problem, and I don't know if I'm offended or if I was disappointed. I'll say disappointed. And I shouldn't even be disappointed, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But the thing, I was at a loss of words, because when I think about Wendy Williams, and literally the day before, Wendy was talking about Zaya Wade, Dwayne Wade's transgender daughter. And she was crying and all of this stuff. And then less than 24 hours later, and I'm about to sound like a white woman right now, it felt like an attack, especially on the trans community, because you're like, you would never know what it's like to be a woman, and you don't have a menstrual cycle, and stop wearing our dresses and heels. But girl, just yesterday you was crying about a little trans girl, or someone who said they wanted to be referred to as a girl and she, and my name is Zaya, right? So it's like, okay. And I don't think that Wendy Williams hates the gays. I don't think that she wants us not to exist, or, because some people, they want us to go back into the shadows. They don't want us to be seen. They don't want us to be heard. They want us to go back how it was back in the day, where kind of like a don't ask, don't tell. Like, I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk. I don't want you to talk about it. Don't put it on TV. Can you just go and just live your life on a private island? That's how a lot of people want us to live our lives. So I'm not saying she feels that way, but I do believe that what she said, she believes it. As much as I love her and as much as I hate to say it, there is some truth in her truth to what she said. You see what I'm saying? And the thing that really, I think, while a lot of people from the LGBTQ and allies were confused, I'm just gonna say the community. The community is bitch, the LGBTQ and the allies. We just the community, period. The community, okay? So I think that a lot of people were confused from the community because we know that Wendy Williams, I don't know if you know, but I know that Wendy Williams surrounds herself with punks. You see what I'm saying? Her hairstylist, her makeup artist, her wardrobe stylist are all gay men. Wendy Williams, she goes to the balls. She hangs out with Andre Leon's Hallie. She goes to the parades. So you're around everybody from the community, because when you go to these balls, there are lesbians, there are gays, there are trans men, trans women. Like, it's everybody at these balls. So you're around the community, right? And we know that a big following, a big group of people that support Wendy Williams are the kids, you know, the girls, the community. So it's like, damn, this is how you really feel about the people that support you. I'm not saying that Wendy doesn't have people like straight women or straight men. We know that it's some of everybody, but we know a large part of her fan base, a large part of her support group is the kids, okay? It's the girls. So we're not gonna act like that, right? So I think a lot of people were like, damn, Wendy, like, so she comes back the next day and she's in her somewhere and she has her robe on and she apologizes. And that's how you know when shit gets serious, whenever Wendy apologizes. She's only apologized probably a handful of times. This time, when she made that comment about HBCUs, and I think it's so crazy how, I think it's so crazy how whenever something pertains to gay people, it's always, y'all too sensitive. But girl, y'all literally were up in arms when she made a comment about HBCUs. I was too. I was pissed. Because I actually stopped watching Wendy for like a whole week. Okay, that's how pissed off I was at that bitch. But, like, it's so weird how people, when it's something that pertains to gay people or the community, it's like, y'all too sensitive. But girl, y'all are, like, straight black people are the first ones to stamp somebody with a racist sticker in a heartbeat. But as soon as we stamp y'all with a homophobic sticker, if I ain't homophobic, okay, well, he ain't no nigga. He ain't no racist because he calls you a nigga. Period. Right? Anyways, I'm going on a whole rant. Anyways, so I think a lot of the community was disappointed. She came back and she apologized, and I'm like, girl, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't give a fuck about the apology, because at the end of the day, you said what you said. You meant what you said, Wendy. You meant what you said. You meant it. Now there have been times, I'm not gonna lie, I think that, I think I've said this before. There are times when I think that Wendy Williams says things just to, like, get people up in arms. Just to, like, fuck with the masses, you know? Like, oh, girl, today or she'd be sitting there like, oh, girl, I'm gonna go ahead and say this so I can piss the girls off, you know? Like, she'll say stuff, like when she says stuff like Beyonce is dumb, she has to watch closed caption when Beyonce speaks. So Wendy says stuff that she knows is gonna piss people off, because that's a part of her job, right? So sometimes when I think about the things that she says, I'm like, does she really believe that? Or is she just saying it just to piss the girls off, you know? I think this was the stuff that she said about the men wearing dresses and you'll never have a menstrual cycle. I think that's something that she believes. Like I said, do I think that she hates the girls? No. But girl, it's a part of you that probably when you go home with your good Judies, you probably say, yeah, I like the gays, but I feel like that's Wendy. I love the gays, but I want them niggas, I want them girls to stop wearing my wigs, and I want them to stop wearing our clothes. That's Wendy. But what brings me to a bigger discussion is this. we all know that whenever we have these discussions about black people, gay people, white people, Hispanics, Asians, we know it's not all, right? If it's 51% to 49%, that's the majority, right? Even if it's that close, it's still the majority. Just like when I said when Donald Trump was voted the president of the United States, they don't say he was chosen by his supporters. They say the people have spoken. The people of the United States have chosen their president, Donald J. Trump. Even though I ain't choose shit, I chose Hillary, okay? Okay? That's the first thing. But because of the voting system, they say we voted him. Like it's everybody. So all I'm saying is this. I know it's not everybody. And I know that some of you are actually part of the community, right? But I also know that there are a lot of women, especially black women, that feel the same way as Wendy Williams. And I know I'm not the only gay man that feels this way. We know this to be the truth. And I'll say, back in my younger days, I was a little bit naive. Probably a little bit still today, you know. And I just remember a time where I thought because women, girls, would welcome me into their circles. They gravitated towards me, I gravitated towards them. Because let's just be honest, the niggas didn't fuck with gay boys. None of the boys. Black, Indian, Hispanic, like if you was gay, if it got out that you was probably a punk, if it got out that girl, I saw Rodney swoop from her behind his ear and he got a fade, or if they saw you girl, if they saw you accidentally, your wrist broke, girl, it was gonna get out that girl. I saw Rodney with his wrist down like that. Sometimes you be in a daze and you be sitting there looking at the calendar and you be sitting like this. Girl, just hand just broke. Just broken wrist, girl. So you really low-key telling your T, you don't realize you're telling your T, and so girl, you standing like this and then you try to fix it, but girl, two of the girls had already caught you, and they done told the other boys, and the other boys done told the other boys, and they told the other girl, so now everybody at the school talking about how you a punk. Girl, that's how it happened, girl. Or you might be walking and you might swish a little too hard to the left. You don't think nobody saw, but it was 3 people behind you around the corner that saw you when you did that with your left hip. Yeah, that's how it happened, girl. So we all know that the boys never mess with the girls. And I'll just say this much from my experience. From my experience, the boys never fuck with me. It was always girls. From intermediate school to middle school to high school. When I got in high school, my senior year, it kind of got a little bit better. Some of the guys started to kind of like, I guess probably because we was about to leave high school, so I guess it didn't matter at that point. But that's around the time where I kind of became cool with some of the straight guys. But for the most part, I was always friends with girls. It was white girls, some Hispanic girls. Like I was always talking to the girls. I was always with the girls. Again, because the guys didn't fuck with gay guys. The straight guys didn't fuck with gay guys like that. I had one guy friend, and that was pretty much it. And then, of course, as I got older, went to college, it still was the same thing. I just was friends with girls. The girls were friends with me. Even when I started working, I would be friends with the girls. The girls would be friends with me. And I think that really is a story for a lot of gay men. When you see gay men, they typically have a lot of female friends. Or they typically hang around a lot of girls. Because again, for the most part, from my experience and from what I can see from a lot of other gay guys' experience, the guys didn't really mess with us like that. So we had no choice but to be friends with the girls. And so I'm thinking this whole time that, this is my safe space. The girls got my back. I got they back. And then as you get older, you start to hear these same girls talk about how niggas ain't shit. And then you talking about how niggas ain't shit. So you talking about niggas ain't shit. I'm telling you the niggas treat me like shit because I'm gay. So they treat me like I'm shit. They treat you like you shit. So that's one thing we have in common, right? But then, as I've gotten older, I started to realize a few years ago, that, oh, they really don't fuck with us like that. And there were things that happened in my life and things that I started to see where I realized that they want us around them for like a good kiki and a good laugh and to have a good time. And, you know, they want you to beat their face and twirl their wig and, girl, help me find the outfit. But when it really comes down to it, when it comes down to having your back, they're not going to fuck with you like that. And this is how it always happened. This is what I've seen from the girls who swear they're not homophobic and swear they love the community. This is how they start off everything. I'm not homophobic. Okay. I'm not a racist. That's what the white girls say. You're a racist. I'm not homophobic, but... Okay, you are homophobic. There we go. Because whatever you about to say is about to be anti-gay. So you're not homophobic, but you anti-gay, right? Because what you about to say is about to be anti-gay. I'm not homophobic, but all I'm saying is I don't want to see gay men. I don't want to see men kissing on TV. I got children. Girl, your child know every word to baby boy. Girl, your child know every word to partition. Girl, your daughter was in there talking about she don't want you seeing Beyonce on her knees, girl, and she's 6 years old. She's talking about sucking dick in a car. Girl, shut up. You got more things to worry about. I'm not homophobic, but I don't see the point of Billy Porter being on Sesame Street. Girl, I was literally about to get into an argument with a black girl the other day on Instagram, and I just stopped because I said I'm not even about to argue with her because she sounds dumb to me. And the reason why I said she sounds dumb is because I said, girl, what do y'all think Billy Porter about to do? Get on Sesame Street and give fellatio? Y'all think he about to get his back broke in on Sesame Street? She replied, he might. Girl, you sound stupid. You have never seen nobody suck dick on Sesame Street. You've never seen that. But now all of a sudden, you think Billy Porter is about to do it. You think he's about to get his back broke in on Sesame Street? Girl, I'm not even going to reply to you. Because it's not even worth it. Because this conversation will be pointless. Because you've already made in your mind to live in your ignorance. So I'm going to just let you live there, girl. But your house is not a home. Anyways, so... that's how it always starts out. I'm not homophobic, but girl, you're homophobic. You swear up and down, I'm not homophobic and I love the gays, but all I'm saying is y'all don't have to be all on TV, you know, kids watching TV and girl. Okay, girl. It ain't no different like with Nene, like Lanithia, some of y'all fave, when she called the gays. The gays love me. The gays? Girl, what? I remember one time when she had that gay personal assistant, and she was like, can you stop being gay for 5 minutes? Bitch, what? But you don't have a problem with gay people. Okay. You want somebody to stop. You want someone to stop being their true, authentic self because it makes you uncomfortable. I've had girls befriend me just to hang around me because, oh, they think I'm funny, they think I'm a good time. And then, girl, I see on your social media that you really don't like the gays. You really don't like this gay agenda. You really don't know why they got Jussie Smollett kissing on TV. That's why your child ain't watching that shit. But girl, then you hit around, but then you follow me on Instagram. Okay. I'm at the table with a couple of girls and two niggas sit down because they trying to smash y'all. And girl, I'm thinking we having a good time. And girl, I leave. I hit the corner. I heard y'all giggling. I hit the corner back. Girl, y'all stop giggling. Who y'all talking about? Why y'all stop laughing when I hit this corner again? Probably because they probably started talking about who was that fag? Who was that punk? But y'all ain't homophobic though. The truth of the matter is Wendy Williams, she's just like the girls who hang around the gays for a good time, for a kiki. The ones who want their face beat, the ones who want their hair twirled, the ones who want to have a cute outfit. But when it comes down to it, girl, when it's kitchen table talk, you really don't fuck with the girls like that. And you let that be known on your international television show. You really don't fuck with the girls like that, Wendy. And I love you, but I see a different side of you. And maybe this side has been there the whole time and I just ignored it. Maybe that's what it is. But it's like, girl, okay. And then you have a lot of the guys, the gay guys like the Santanas. You know, we love Santana over here, right? But then they hang out with the girls like Carisha from City Girls. And Carisha was swerving down. She's not homophobic, but my son better not be gay, because if he gay, even though I laid on my back and put my life on the line to bring this little boy in the world, if he's gay, I'm gonna beat his ass. That's what Carisha said, Young Miami. That's what she said. Carisha, please, girl, you are homophobic. You are homophobic, period. Because the simple fact that you will beat your son if he's gay, the simple fact that I know you're not gonna pay me to believe that she over there hanging out with people like Southside and these other niggas, and you don't think they calling Santana faggots and punks? Especially when she say punk so freely on those lives. Let's just be honest. It's a lot, and I hate to say this, there are a lot of more Carishas within the community. I'm sorry, not within the community. Within the black community than there are like my friend Deanna or the Erica De Niro Kellys. Those are the bitches that I fuck with. And will holler and scream for. You know why? Because one, they gonna holler and scream for me. Okay? So bitch, I have to return the favor. Right. That's how I work. You know? And I think that if you ask a lot of straight men, if you ask a lot of gay men, and I remember I think it was Justin Tate, sent me an email, and he asked me, this is a while ago, this is how long ago, he asked me a while ago, like, can you just talk about your experiences with black women? And I was like, okay, I'm going to talk about it one day. Girl. And the truth of the matter is, like, while like I've made some amazing friendships with black women, they really are not that far behind when it comes to homophobia than the black man. I've had conversations at work with straight people, and I'm like, girl, y'all, and I'm gonna say I was gonna stop saying y'all, because when I say y'all, I feel like some people get offended like I'm talking about y'all, but my thing is, if you're not included in y'all, then you shouldn't have shit to say. That's how I look at it. Just like when you say, girl, the gays be doing credit card fraud and scamming. Girl, I know, right? Girl, that's me. Because, girl, I know I don't steal, bitch. Girl, okay? So, girl, I'm not offended, girl. But we were talking about, I was like, girl, like, y'all don't like to face the reality and tell the truth. But the truth of the matter is, homophobia within the black community is on a whole nother level when you compare it to the white community, right? We can look at online, girl, let the Shade Room or Hollywood Unlocked post anything about anything gay. And girl, just look at the comments. Just look at them. And then look at the people leaving the comments. It really is just as many black women as it is black men. The black men comments may be a lot more hateful and mean, but that still doesn't take away from the fact that the black women that are making comments, they're just as they're just as negative and homophobic. They are. They are. They're just as hateful and homophobic. Probably just not as mean. I'm sorry, they're just as homophobic and negative. Probably not as hateful and mean as when the straight boys leave them. And like I said, it's sad because it's like you want to get on here and say, oh, the black women have blah, 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 blah. And that's true for some. But for a lot, including me, Justin, and a lot of other gay guys, the experience with black women has probably been good so far. But for the most part, I've realized a lot of the people that I thought was my friends back in the day or like at jobs and stuff, girl, they really didn't fuck with me like that. Not like that. Like, hey, girl, let's go to lunch. But when I go home to my man, I'm going to talk about how I'm sick and tired of these punks. Girl, that's what it is. You know, it's like women use, especially I feel like black women, and you've heard people say this a lot. You've heard the gays say this a lot. Black women use gay men as accessories. Not the black women I know, but I can see why they say that because it's almost like a let me bring you out so you can be my good girlfriend, my good Judy, and then I want to put you away when I feel like you're doing too much. Like the Nene. Why? Can you stop being gay for 5 minutes? I thought that was your good friend. I thought that was your good Judy. Or your personal. Why would you not want him to live in his truth and be himself? Oh, because it makes you uncomfortable. Okay. I don't give a fuck about you being uncomfortable. You make me uncomfortable, but I ain't never asked you to change. We're going to take you out. When it's time to go out to the club, when it's time to go to the bar. But then when shit get real, and I really need you to stand beside me and lock arms and scream and yell, girl, you ain't nowhere to be found. Or it's always I'm not homophobic, but. Just like the Jess Hilariouses of the world. Jess Hilarious, and I defended Jess Hilarious. Let me say this, I defended Jess Hilarious initially, but I went back and changed my mind. Like, how you supposed to be this big time comedian and girl, your go-to line is to call somebody a faggot? Girl, that's what you've been wanting to call us. I got it. That's fine. I get it. You know how many people would defend Jess now? Or how many people literally was defending Wendy Williams? Go look at the comment. Girl, I'm not making this shit up. Like, social media makes the world go round, okay? We're not gonna act like that. And the shit that you see on social media, a lot of it is real. A lot of these people that are leaving these comments are not bots. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are real people in what they feel. And a lot of these accounts are real. And look at these pages. And look at the people leaving these comments, baby. Anyways, I'm done. Again, in conclusion, I did not know this video was going to be 30 minutes long. I'm a long-winded hoe. In conclusion, it is what it is. I've realized a while ago that, sadly, the girls really don't mess with us like that. You have the girls who actually are bitch down for the cause. And then you have those girls who tell you they're down for the cause, but girl, let Billy Porter go on Sesame Street, or let them want to put a gay character in a TV show. Girl, they lose their minds. I'm not homophobic. I'm not. Yeah, and that white man not racist either. Anytime you start out anything with "I'm not racist" and "I'm not homophobic," guess what? You are racist and you are homophobic.